I want to do a step-by-step crash course in conversion rate optimization and show you how all this works. So on my table here, I've got this book called You Should Test That. It's an absolutely amazing book on conversion rate optimization, really how to create a store and turn it into a sales machine. And in this book, I'm going to spare you from having to read it because it can get quite dense. They have this really cool model called the lift model. And I love it because everyone in conversion rate optimization, they just try to make it way too confusing. They try to sound smarter than what they actually are. And this is such a powerful model because it's simple and pretty much anyone in business can actually apply it to lift the performance of their website and turn it into a sales machine. So I've got it up on my screen right now, and as we can see, we've got the value proposition, right? So this is your core plane, right? This is your vehicle, this is your business, and this is the value that it provides in the marketplace, right? So when we have the value proposition, if we can add more value to what we're doing, we're naturally going to lift the conversion rate of what we do. Now, the other elements here are relevancy and clarity, right? We want to try to increase these. So if we can make our business more relevant to our target market, of course, we're going to lift conversion rates. They're going to be like, oh my God, these guys get me, and this is relevant to me. I want to buy what they have to offer. So naturally, we're going to lift conversion rates. Now, there's the other element, which is clarity. So this could be user experience, how easy your site is to use, or it can also be your messaging, right? Or what we like to call at Persuasion experience, your persuasion experience, right? Your PX, and making sure that it is irresistible in the marketplace, right? And that the clarity of your messaging, the clarity of your design is really easy to say yes to. And when it's easy to say yes to, you're naturally going to lift conversions. Now, we've got some downward forces on the entire lift model, right? Distraction and anxiety. So when you're buying anything online, it can be a scary place, right? And when someone first lands on your website, they're thinking these two things. They're like, is this relevant to me? And then can I trust this place with my information, whether it's your email address or your payment details, right? They're coming to your website and they're like, oh, I'm a little bit anxious. You know, can I actually trust this site? We've all been burned buying something online before, and you never want to have that happen to you, right? You just feel like a fool. So that's one thing to be mindful of, right? That anxiety when it comes to actually purchasing from you. And if we can reduce that, if we can offer really strong guarantees, we're naturally going to lift your conversion rate. Now there is distraction. If people don't know how to use your website or it's way too slow to load, it's going to be distracting, right? And that's going to hurt your conversion rate. So if we can make sure your site is easy to use and there's no distractions on there and it's fast to load, we're naturally going to lift your conversion rate. Now, the last element is urgency. So urgency is so important, right? And when we consult with a lot of our e-commerce clients here at Persuasion Experience, we actually find that a lot of people actually require multiple touch points to come to actually buy from that store, right? So they've got first-time users and then they've got returning users. And sometimes the first-time users, you know, they'll only convert like 2% of the time, yet the returning visitors convert at 5%, 6%, sometimes even 12%. So adding urgency will get those first-time users actually converting the first time, right? So adding urgency into your marketing is a really critical element. And when you can add that urgency in there, you're going to naturally lift your conversion rate. So that is the crash course in CRO.